It's Tuesday, June 6th. This is a morning SPY update about 45 minutes into trading here. Just thought I'd highlight what's developing at the open. First of all, you can see we have a two-down day. The market kind of started below the blue lines. It started a little lower, and we had a little bit of buying come in to give us a little green on the day, but we're still below the midpoint of the prior day at the moment. So the way opening price action unfolded, first of all, the first bar, started lower. We were anticipating a little bit of a break below yesterday's low at some point, and we got that. And then you could see the first bar really didn't follow through. Then we had a pause on bar 2 and kind of a buy right here on bar 3. Now, you're way below the midpoint of the prior day, so I wouldn't necessarily look to buy that. And if I did, it would just be with the target of taking out kind of this pivot here and maybe the pivot of the intraday highs. That's kind of liquidity up there, and that's where price went. So now, if you didn't buy that, that would be the only option. You could be waiting for a kind of a green to red move as well and not do anything and look to sell it if we can start getting a red bar that's going to want to attack these lows. But essentially, for the most part, it was a nothing kind of move since you're below the midpoint of yesterday, and we did come up and take out liquidity. So now, as we look at a potential reversal day where you get the, you take out the low of the previous day, move to the midpoint of that day, and then work towards the highs, which I'm not necessarily anticipating. But if you're going to get that, what I would want to see here to buy, it would be kind of a pause that holds kind of the midpoint of that move up somewhere in here, and then another green bar up that looks like it's going to attack that high, and that would then lead to taking out the midpoint of the prior day type of thing. So I'm kind of watching in here to see if you get kind of an orderly pause and then a green bar up in order to buy, or if you just continue straight up from here, then I'd wait for the first pullback to buy type of thing, because we still have to get above this green line to turn the weekly chart, the week green, and we have to get a bit above the midpoint of yesterday. So there's literally, it's not really a buy signal per se. And the question is, if you want to go short, which is a little tricky because of this big move up, I'd want to see kind of a red bar that kind of comes, the way I'm seeing it, would have to kind of pause, come down, pause in here, and then be ready to make a push towards those lows. So I have to see something that looks like it wants to attack those lows, because that's where liquidity was, and the buying did come in. So I have to really feel comfortable that we're going to break through there, which I'm not. So in other words, it's a tricky day at the moment. I just thought I'd point out that the only opportunity was to buy that at a quick scalp to at least take out those pre-market highs, which it did. And now I'd have to see kind of a, an orderly pullback, green move to anticipate that this might be a reversal day to the upside. So that's what I'm watching. Just thought I'd film that as it's developing, and we'll see what happens.